Previously on Supply Run Himalayas.
We know where we are entering a country and where we're leaving from. There is a supply list that we've developed with a local fixer there ahead of time. Everything else is up in the air. We don't know how we're getting from point A to point B. We don't know where any of the supply items are before we get there. And now we are one day away from going on the mission.
Insane and crazy as this is going to be, as uncomfortable it's going to be, as hard as it's going to be, I ironically feel relaxed.
How's the energy, guys?
Frantic. Excited.
Yeah?
Anxious.
Thanks for letting us come and take over your house for a couple days.
This is Supply Run Himalayas. After a long flight from Los Angeles, California, the mission will officially begin in Kathmandu, Nepal. Once we're there, JD, Chad, and I will have just under 22 days to acquire, deliver, and integrate as many items as we can from a predetermined supply list to an extremely remote community deep in the Himalayas on the border of northern India and the Union Territory of Jammu and Kashmir. The remote community is a village called Saral Batori. The supply list was ultimately developed by a leader of Saral Batori and a primary fixer who lives about 2 to 3 hours away to make sure that all of the items that we try to acquire are both useful and supportive to the members and culture of Saral Batori. There are 8 total items on the list: a solar-powered water heater, a solar-powered dehydrator, crampons, rope, a hand loom, a yak cheese machine, a toilet, and a live yak.
Made it to Kathmandu. Only took about a whole day.
Gonna go get 13 hours of sleep.
It's all new to me, so soaking it in.
Along the way, we also might participate in what we will call side quests or side missions, which are basically ways to help people that we meet along the way and have nothing to do with the core mission. Coming to Kathmandu, there's a lot of cultural changes that happen, which is, I think the first thing that you notice is it's just chaotic. It's very hectic.
Doesn't matter what side of the road you're on, you just drive and people stop and you go, and I'm sitting in the van and I'm like, I wonder if these guys are feeling what I'm feeling, because this is kind of fucking crazy.
There's a lot of dust and dirt, and like you get off a plane after 24 hours and you wake up and you open your eyes, it's just like, it's just an assault to the senses.
I kept asking Chad and Jake questions like, where are we going? So we have to go get a visa? Definitely could tell you're in a different country.
You feel like you're gonna hit 15 people, but you just have to trust that you won't, because they do this every day. It's controlled chaos. It is very normal for them. They don't feel like it's chaos, but for us, it's just a lot of noise, sound, lights, colors, and just people everywhere. We got into Kathmandu at like 2 a.m. last night, so we're all feeling a little wired and tired. I don't think JD has actually slept, but time is ticking, so it's time for us to go find our first 2 items, which are the simplest and smallest, which are rope and crampons. Kathmandu is a massive hub for trekking and climbing, so we hope it should be pretty easy to find.
The snow, the ice, and traveling down the mountain, unless it's an emergency, is way too dangerous. One of the things that's gonna help them be able to get any sort of supply that they need in their village is rope along the mountain that they can hold on to as they're climbing down so they don't slip off and fall and die. And then the crampons are these spikes that can attach to any sort of boot or shoe that they have.
I see.
okay.
You want me to hold tight?
If they use those, we can string those along from village to village so they can hook themselves in, so a simple slip and fall won't mean the end of their lives.
Regular rope's always going to be more affordable.
Yeah.
Climbing rope feels like unnecessary.
I don't know rope, but I mean this is all weather, yeah?
Always.
All weather. Should be fine. It's nylon.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it should be good. How much? 8,000 a piece.
For one full bundle.
All together 8,000? So 4,000 a piece.
No, this one. This one is 8,000.
Do we get 2 8mm and just? I mean,
Yeah.
we're gonna be carrying it with us for days.
Regardless, they're going to use it somehow.
Right.
Even if
Probably.
they can't use it for the mount.
So my take is we get two spools.
2 spools?
Yeah. Should we ask about crampons?
We get $6.
Yeah.
Look here.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know how many people travel village to village. If I were to guess,
You got probably what was it, 50 to 100 people in the village?
all right,
14, 15, and one for free. We got rope and crampons.
How much rope, how much crampons?
40 meters of rope and 15 crampons.
add a 0.
4,000? We got 400 meters of rope and 15 crampons. Trying to get a taxi here so we can go to the quote-unquote industrial area where they're going to have some of the supplies we're trying to prepare for Suralbatori. The key is, can we actually hail one down? 0.6 kilometers.
So on the final supply run list, one of the items is a solar water heater, because during the winter time, they often don't heat water because they would have to use a fire with wood and all of that stuff. They use fires to cook only, and so they often skip showering. And because they skip showering, they often have poor hygiene, and poor hygiene leads to disease.
Jake, what you writing down there?
I'm writing down the facts of solar water heaters so that when we actually go get one, we kind of already have a good idea of what we need to get.
So this would be the best bet. That's in the box with this tank.
Ah, okay.
And even this frame here that holds the tubes. So the tank
okay.
and this whole frame is all in one box, and then the tubes are in a separate box.
To do an unboxing for Neo's son.
We actually found the solar setup, and so we're getting prices right here.
These solar hot water heaters, they're obviously pretty massive, and these ones that are on display are assembled. So I want to see what it looks like disassembled. And does it come in boxes? Does it come in just parts in a bag? Just trying to get a sense for that.
JD is really integrating well into this team. We're really discussing things together. So right now, everything feels pretty good. We're trying to figure out how heavy the solar tank is and the solar panels all combined to determine how heavy it's going to be for us once we actually pick one up and we have to transport it.
We got the dimensions though, so that's size.
We're guessing. We're guessing a lot.
This is 1.5 feet by 1.5 feet by 6 feet long. Not too bad actually.
Do you know the weight?
Weight? No, that's what we're trying to figure out.
It's required to constantly have a lot of ideas, and it's not always going to be the best solution, but we just have to roll with the punches.
Up next on Supply Run Himalayas.
The plan for the next 2 or 3 days is to accomplish our first side quest. Basically something that is not part of the main mission. It's not part of our main supply list. It is meeting somebody here and then figuring out how we can help them on a one-to-one basis. That is helping Sambu.
Only my mom, dear. What can she do?
I don't think anything that we encounter is going to be quite like we think it is or is going to be.
What can I do in my life? I don't know.
Special thanks for this episode goes out to Derek Potter, best friend, buddy, ride or die. Thank you.
Thanks.
Derek, we don't know you, man, but getting to know you through JD, so thank you for that.
Thanks, Derek. Really appreciate it, man.
Another very special shout out for this episode. My brother, Jeff,
Angie, sister-in-law, Zyla, Xavier, and Xander. I know you're looking down. Thank you guys for supporting me on this journey. It's been a long journey. I think we're all kind of getting emotional as we sort of wrap this up, and it wouldn't be possible if it wasn't for support and help and love from people like you.
Thanks, fam.
Thank you guys. Really appreciate it.